Hi guys, what's up, what's down, what's sideways? James here from Phoenix Arts Martial Arts, and today what I wanted to share with you was a communication challenge that a lot of parents, coaches, martial art teachers run into a lot. But most probably the example that's going to be easiest for me to give to you is the one that you might encounter at home. So this is a question that gets asked most probably by every parent at some point um, in their life with their child or the children that they're interacting with. And you hear it so often. So the question is, child, do you want to do XYZ activity with mum, dad, uncle, rah rah rah? And the child will look at you and like, no, because they're off saving dragons and fighting princesses or whatever it is the child's doing. They're off in their own world. They're engaged. They're entertained. They don't want to do whatever activity. And then what will happen is the person asking will take a slight emotional offense to this, like, well, why don't you want to do this activity with me? And then make the child do it anyway, or try and cajole or convince the child that really that's what they want to do, or bribe. You hear it so often, like, do you want to go to the shops with mum? No. Oh, if you do, we can do, or I will get you, or do you want to go to the park and play with dad? No. Oh, we could play ball, or and then you have can even be like, uh, do you want to give mum a hug? Do you want to give dad a hug? And the child like, no. And like, oh, but I thought you loved me. And then all of this. So I'm going to steer away from the hug one because that's same but slightly different, and goes into another area. But you see a lot of parents do this, and you would have done it. If you work with kids at some point, you would have done it. I've done it myself, not knowing what I was doing. I was just we have a tendency to, like, I was talked to like this, so I will talk like this, as opposed to, I wonder if there's a better way of communicating here. So with kids, if you want them to do something, then get them to do it, but don't ask. Don't ask a question that you only want a very specific answer to. So, do you want to help me make dinner? And the child says no, and don't follow on like, oh, but you should, and then go on after that. You ask the child, did they want to help you make dinner? And they replied with, their answer, which was no. So if you want the child to help you with dinner, then you just go up to the child and say, hey, it's dinner time soon. You're going to give me a hand in 5 or 10 minutes, and let them wrap up whatever they're doing, or that kind of thing. See the difference? If you're going to get them to do an activity anyway, get them to do the activity. So if you want them to participate in making dinner with you, then let them know that that's what they're doing. If you ask them if they want to participate in making dinner with you and they give a no response, then you have to accept that, and you can't tag anything onto that, like, oh, okay, then I really hoped you were going to help me. Like leave that alone. um, if you're going to ask them, let them give you a response, and then don't tag anything on. The thing that you can add on to it is, okay, well, if you change your mind, I'll be in the kitchen and you can come give me a hand. Like that's the more optimal response than any sort of like cajoling or emotional blackmail or trying to make them feel bad, or that kind of thing. If you want them to spend time with you, then let them know that you're going to be engaging in an activity, or be prepared that if you ask them, hey, do you want to watch a movie with mum, dad, uncle, blah, and they say no, then you respect that answer. So see the difference? A lot of coaches as well get get caught in this, you know, in martial arts especially, we want to, and it's the same thing, you know, if they're a parent, but you'll see coaches do this, we'll go like, hey, ask question, wanting them to give a specific answer so that we're testing them, or so that they can demonstrate, you know, good whatever we want demonstrated at that time, and then kind of leave it in the air and then let them respond. Do we get them to respond truthfully, and then from there, do I take them down for that? So it's even, you know, you see a lot in martial art coaches, sports coaches as well. If you want a child or not a child to do a thing specifically, then that's just all that you just go and tell them that, you know, I need you to take out the rubbish. You are going to participate in making dinner with me tonight. We are all going to the park and kicking the ball around for half an hour. You know, tell them what you're going to do. Or if you ask them, whatever their response is their response, and leave it. Don't make a thing of it. From there, yes, you could say, well, oh, James, but I want to give them the choice. If you want to give them, if you don't want to tell them what they're going to do and give them the choice, then it has to be their choice. If you want a very specific outcome, then don't give them a choice or the illusion of a choice. You know, you are the adult, they are your child or under your care. If you want them to participate in a particular activity, get them to participate. If they don't have to participate in that particular activity, and you ask them, what do you want to do? Do you want to participate in that activity? And they say no, then leave it at that. So, like I said, I see this a lot, and it causes a lot of trouble when you ask a child, you know, do you want to go and spend the afternoon with dad in the backyard playing pool noodles, something. It doesn't matter what the activity is. And then the child says no because they're quite happy playing with their Lego, or you've put a movie on, or you've given them some sort of game device. Then, you know, and then you will then like, oh, that's not the emotional response. And then you start getting emotionally invested in that response, and you can start spiraling and feeling bad. It's just not a good place. But if you keep it simple like that, you'll also find that your communication will be improved with the child. And not only that, you're actually going to start teaching the child that their thoughts and their opinion matter. Because as soon as you say, do you want to do this? And they say no, and then you start trying to blackmail, cajole, be emotive, convince otherwise, you're getting them to second guess everything that they do. Okay? You're going to start creating a lack of confidence. You're going to start creating that kind of thing in their head where, like, mum and dad are asking me questions. I don't really want to do this, but I should do this because mum and dad are going to want, like, you know, they're just going to start saying yes because either they know that that's what you really want, and they, you know, they don't want the drama, or they're going to start saying no because they like the drama and that the attention that you're giving them. So it can backfire either way. But there's a lot of detrimental factors asking a child, do you want to participate in X, Y, Z, and then not taking that particular answer. Okay, so I hope this helps. Have a go at applying it. It can kind of do your head in to start with. If you're a coach, just be direct. If you're a parent, just let them know what's going on. Let them know that that's what you're doing. Still remember that, you know, they're many human beings with their own ideas and thought patterns and stuff like that. So I'm not saying, like, barge in and, like, you will, rah! But if you want them to do a thing, just get them to do the thing, and then your life will be so much easier. So I hope this helps. Feel free to ask any further questions, like, share, comment, subscribe, and thank you very much.